There's a hill. Come on. Oh my god, how embarrassing. I've got a car right on my bumper as well, as I'm trying to bump start mine. Didn't tell Usher this.
Yeah, so we basically what we're going to do is we're going to put the footage in kind of back to front. So we're doing this after the track day. We didn't have time on the day, we had to get away, so we're gonna come back to it. Me and Dan's been obviously off camera, had like a little, not an argument, but a conversation this morning.
A debate.
A debate. He still thinks off the videos his Fiesta would have been slightly quicker. I, in the morning, had a run with Dan. I think the Meg in the morning, when it was working properly, was a lot quicker. In the afternoon, I suffered problems, clutch issue and a block cat. But the block cat appeared more towards the second end of the video, so you'll see in the track, I think they were quite similar, but Dan still thinks the Fiesta was maybe faster over a lap, but...
He'll admit this, on Teesside, I've never drove Teesside on a track day.
Yeah, that's right.
And you have done that a lot.
Yeah, I had the edge with regards to track knowledge and corners and stuff like that. But on the afternoon, obviously it was more of a level race in the afternoon. It was quite close, I would say, but I think me Meg still had problems. But
do you know what? I'm absolutely black and blue, and I'm bruised.
I am. It's been made apparent that we're getting old, and we're both pretty bruised. I mean, Teesside, you have to work really hard. One thing I am going to say as well, which I will totally concede defeat on, again, I thought was very close, but Dan definitely bought the more fun car. That little Fiesta, I drove that Fiesta. It is a phenomenal car to drive for the money. You can't have more fun, can you?
Genuinely, I went out with £1,000 budget, and I've got a track car worth what, 15 grand, a fully prepped M3, and I probably had just as much fun in that Fiesta.
It's the Fiesta for me. The thing I loved about it was, I mean, to be fair, I loved it for the wrong reason. The brake bias is a little bit wrong. So there's a lot, but it makes the car better because of that. So a percentage of the braking power is set to the back with a bias.
A massive percentage.
Massive percentage. But because of that, it makes a front wheel drive Fiesta act like a rear wheel drive. So when we're going into corners, if you just gently dab that brake, just give it a little punch with your foot, it will literally tip the car into corners sideways. Little bit of power, dab it again, and you can literally go through corners sideways with it, which for me I thought was mega fun. Like,
handling's unreal. Now you took the car out for
I loved it
out for ages.
I drove about 15 laps in it, I think.
I give you the key.
Aye.
I went inside. I went and got a sandwich. I got a drink. I walked all the way back down, and I was still watching you go.
Yeah, I loved it. The Fiesta was great. The Meg, nobody can knock a Meg. End of the day, they're phenomenal. What they do is, as far as handling, in terms of power and stuff, the Megane is a great track car. To be fair, it surprised me how quick it was on track. I was actually quite impressed with it. But I find the Meg quite boring, I think is the word to say.
Compared to the Fiesta.
I know everybody's different, but for me, as a track car, I've always been someone who's been into NA stuff, and Boost for me, it ruins it. I'm not lying. Like, boosted track cars just aren't my thing.
It did get its power down well though.
We were quite surprised. In the morning session, the first race that me and Dan did, although it was quite greasy, I found the Meg getting second and third gear quite well. You'll see on Dan's video when we pull from the back straight, the traction the little Megane gets off the line was really good. Like, it was really, really good.
But then the other thing you'll see on the video, coming out them corners, by the time I got used to the track, and the second video, that it must have pulled 5-6 car lengths on the Megane, just off coming out the corners.
The corner and speed of the Fiesta, it was very, very good. I was having to work. I mean, obviously, you can see Dan in some of the videos kind of showboating a little bit, going sideways. But I couldn't afford to do that in the Megane. I literally had to stay focused and make sure my turning was really, really tight, because if I'd have started flicking the car sideways, I'd have lost him. So he was able to do that. So it just goes to show the Fiesta in terms of handling was It was phenomenal. It was phenomenal. The Meg couldn't match the Fiesta's handle. I mean, I know it sounds stupid, but if you put the same power in the two cars, the Fiesta would have just walked away from it. Power down Teesside doesn't make a lot of difference, but in areas in the Megane, the extra power obviously leveled things up quite a bit. If I didn't have that, I would have really struggled with that little Fiesta.
It was good. It was a good day. That
was a very good day.
So I think you might have answered. Which one of us bought the better track car?
No, which one bought the more fun track car? That was you.
So why else would you go on track?
To be fast.
And we're going to right, what we're going to do, we haven't done this yet.
We undecided. We both knocking heads together and easy, and I think the Fiesta's a quick enough. At 9 in the morning, they may walk away from the Fiesta.
There is a way.
But we're going to try and time it.
We've got the video from when I was chasing Usher, and he had a good clear run. So we're going to time a couple of them laps. And then we've got a clear run in front of me where I'll be able to time my laps, and we'll see.
And then we'll see. We'll try and pick a focus point. To be fair, it's the first kind of challenge we've done with the cars, so we really should have done timed laps on that. That's what we should have done. In the morning we should have done timed laps, but at the end of the day it's a learning curve. We didn't. We're just going to try and time them and see where we are. But
see what comes out top.
Yeah. But I think we both had a mint day, didn't we?
Great day.
We both had a mint day. Like,
we'll put both the videos on. We did nearly come together on one corner.
Yeah, which you'll see here.
Whoops.
It was the video which the clip he's just put in there. Like literally, I mean, I've got a canny set of balls on us. I'm pretty brave, and I shit myself because I had a toe eye in on the front of the gun, and I must have been half an inch from his bum. And he was going the video like, it was close.
We also had some issues with the battery.
Yes. Yeah, did you get that? Did you get that? You better put that in the video, mate.
I've got it. It's in there.
Yeah, we had a few issues. I had a few. Obviously, on the afternoon, I thought I'd split a boost pipe. Turns out, I've been to the garage this morning, and the cat actually collapsed, so it cost us a loss of power in the afternoon. Had clutch issues as well in the morning.
The afternoon. It cost them a loss of power in one lap.
Yeah, sorry. On the afternoon though, you will hear in the start of the video, see I've only got third gear. Normally I'd be in the second round the bottom area, but I was in third. We did have some clutch issues, but even still, second gear wouldn't have made a massive difference. It's just preference of gears, but yeah, Dan had a battery issue, but to be fair, his little car was mint.
I drove home,
I drove home,
No bother,
drove home just with not much power, but I think you left your fan on, didn't you? Though, to be fair, it wasn't a failure. You left your fan on, didn't you?
I left the fan on, and then the second time again, it wouldn't charge.
I know, but isn't that weird? Because when you went home, when you went and jumped in the car, I was walking over, going to laugh and go, do I have to push you again? And it started.
No, it didn't. I left it running, and I left it back again.
Right, okay.
I wasn't having to push for a third time.
A few little mechanical issues. Obviously, Dan's battery. I had a few issues, but at the end of the day, when you're digging in the bargain bucket, then you're going to have issues with £1,000 cars. But generally, mechanically, both cars, apart from a few very, very small issues, are very good. They both drove us home.
Yeah.
Both drove us home really well. And little things, Dan's wants a battery on, and mine needs a decap putting on it to get rid of the collapsed cap. And the clutch might want sorting out, but good cars.
But anyway, we'll leave you to watch the two videos, see what you think. A couple of different videos that we've got. We've got a couple of flybys coming along as well. See what you think of that, and then until next time.
This is also well, before we go as well, we have just put an Insta page up as well, which is called On The Limiter channel. So if you want to see sneak previews of what's coming with the most recent videos, I know we've got a lot of people saying, oh, when's this coming out, when's that coming out, when you're doing this, you'll see sneak previews on the Instagram. So if you want to have a look at that, again, you're searching for On The Limiter channel on Insta, and you'll see us on there as well.
And at the end of this video, after you've seen the driving, I should have the lap times.
Yes, we'll get the lap times to you anyway. We will get them anyway.
I'll put them up.
Yeah, we'll put them up.
You can trust us.
Right, thanks a lot.
Thanks.
happening here, mate?
Oh, I've run out of electric. A bit of a push.
I'd love to help you lads, but I need to get this on video. There you go, Dan. Go on, son. We're off, so Dan's starting in front this time. I've got the power, obviously. This is where the Fiesta will be good. Obviously I've only got third gear here, I don't have no second because of my clutch. Dan's sideways, so I should get a good exit here. Again, I've only got third gear, so go sideways. Gentle with that clutch. Fiesta in front, 340 horsepower, so it's no slouch. sideways from Mr. Bird. Valuable time lost. Very close this like. Whoa! Whoa! Jack's going everybody up. Little bit poor track manners there. Turning that little Fiesta's hard work like. Feel like I've lost power. Definitely lost power.
Guys, as promised, we're going to end the video with the lap times, but I thought I'd give Usher a quick ring for you. See if he answers, hopefully he does, and we'll tell him as well, because he doesn't know yet. Here we go.
How do you, mate?
Anthony?
Alright, like?
Aye, just finishing off, I've done the lap timing.
Yeah.
As was said on the video, you can clearly see you did beat us in the morning. I'll hold my hands up.
Yeah.
I did clearly beat you in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So it came down to who had the fastest time.
Right.
Your best, 58.2 seconds.
Right, I normally get round in under a minute, so that sounds about right.
Yeah. Fiesta.
If that Fiesta's not fucking slow, I'm gonna fucking smash them cameras up.
Are you ready?
Go on then.
58.2 seconds.
Are you joking?
I'm not there. Our best laps were absolutely identical.
I want to check that stopwatch light.
I'm telling you, it works a treat. I cannot believe it, but it does mean one thing.
What?
We're going to need another track battle.
Oh. Right. Well, why don't we... Right, okay. So, I think the track days restart in January.
Yep.
So, obviously, things will have to change slightly on my behalf, though, because I don't really have a choice. Obviously, the cat on this Megane is collapsed, hence why I had that issue with my boost. So, I need to put a decat pipe on.
A modification?
A modification, mate. But it's not due to any fault of my own. I don't have a choice, really, mate, because the car won't... It's got boost, but, like, only a little bit of boost, so the cap being blocked and stopping the pressure getting through.
Well, you can have another couple of horsepower. I'll accept that.
Right, I'll put a decat in, and then we'll go again in January. I'll speak to Cat, and then I'll get the track dates for January, and then once we've got them track dates, what we'll do is we'll do it twice this time. We'll do it differently. So we'll get someone to have a stopwatch on the day.
Yep.
And we'll do a timed lap, and then we'll do literally a head-to-head, and go again.
Perfect. Well, you've heard that, folks. I'm going to say goodbye to Usher now, and we'll be back in January for a rerun.
Right, that'll do.
Cheers, Ush. See you later.
Bye.
He can have all the power he wants. I proved you don't need power.